This is my garage.
Alrighty guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my garage. And yeah, today we are going to be showing you guys a couple of things that has changed around the shop. So I've been yeah, a little bit busy and I got a little bit carried away, as you can see, with renovations and changes and stuff like that. So first of all, we did a bit of changes to the showroom entrance here. It used to be over there. So I had to change this because we now have got a carport out here where we are going to be parking our fleet of shop vehicles. So like the trailer, the ramp truck, and also the pickup truck is over here. And as you can see, I've been a little bit busy on the ramp truck as well. I did a little bit of changes. We swapped out the wheels with some big ones from Brysons mods, or Brysons mod pack, or wheel pack, whatever you'd like to call it. Not entirely happy with the fitment of these wheels. They're a little bit too big, seeing as they sort of clip through the body there, and also this arch is too small for it. So I had a bit of an idea what I wanted to do with that, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna get into it in this video because we've got a couple of other things that I want to take care of. The old pickup truck is still doing very well, the one that JD built for us. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. We've got a nice carport here now, and I didn't put any lights or anything because lights actually impact your FPS a little bit too much. But okay, moving into the shop here, and I just noticed the trailer is actually pushed a little bit too far back, so let's just go and do that. Okay, so yeah, let's take a quick look at the shop over here. So as you guys know, we did a little bit of demolition work in the last episode. We took out the yeah, all the office, well, the office building, and also there was a tire changing station here, and also there was another little room here which I didn't really have any use for. So we broke all of that out, and as you can see, we managed to fit our third lift in here. And you might see a couple of vehicles in the shop that hasn't been around. So yeah, what we've got on top over here is a Ford Mustang that I picked up from the junkyard, which was super cheap. As you can see, we only got $1,400 into that one. The Mercedes or Wolf Coupe, I managed to finish this thing up as well. So I've got everything done as far as I want to have it done on this car. The only thing that I wanted to do still is maybe change the engine to an inline 6R. So yeah, we might slap a gasoline engine in this thing, which is actually the engine for the Rat. But yeah, I'll see. I'll still decide what I want to do with the engine. But this engine is going to be coming out again because, as you guys know, we've got this project, which is the Jason we got from Big Nate, the trade car from yeah, the Wolf wagon that we gave him. And as you can see, we did a little bit of test paint on this fender over here. So what I've done here is I've just painted the clear coat, which is kind of the look we're going to be going for with this one. We're also going to be doing some off-road wheels on this thing that came off of the truck we just put up on auction. So at the time of recording this video, there will still be 12 hours left of the auction, more or less, if you guys are interested in getting your hands on it. We are definitely having a couple of bits going on that truck. So yeah, go check it out. I think I'll put I'll try and put a link down in the description of the video to that auction, so you guys can also maybe take a look at it if you are interested. So yeah, this is going to be the car we're going to start working on today. So this is the Jason we got off of Big Nate, as I said. It's going to need quite a bit of work, but I'm not going to go with yeah, making this thing perfect. We're just going to get it up and running. And yeah, my idea is we are going to be doing the inline 6 in this thing, seeing as it's already got an inline 6 in it. And believe it or not, that car over there, yeah, there's a whole other story about that car over there. But yes, this one has got an inline 6, and so does that one over there. So we're going to be ripping this engine out. We're going to be using this one in that car, but I might spice it up a bit with some performance goodies, just tune it up a bit so that it makes a little bit more power. But we're not going to go crazy with power in this car, because this is going to be more something for looks, you know, rather than performance. So I wanted to show you guys another mod that I got from Fede, which is this spray paint compressor. We already got the color code set to this green, which we're going to be painting this car. So this is actually pretty nice. It's just one thing, you can't do clear coat with it, or at least I don't know how to do clear coat with it. But yeah, as you spray, you're going to be spending money. So it's maybe something to just take a little bit of consideration as you are doing your work here, and try not to waste too much paint. But yes, we are going to be still doing some body work on that thing, so I don't really want to go ahead and paint it too much just yet. We still need to do some Bondo work, derusting, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys can drop some comments down below. What do you guys think we should do? Leave this thing rough and tough as it is and just get it running? I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I am going to be starting on suspension, and we're going to be lifting this thing, obviously, to accommodate the off-road wheels a bit better, and I think it'll look a little bit meaner. So yeah, that is what we're going to do. So let me also show you guys what's going on with this car over here. So this one is going to be my off-camera project, because I thought, well, we've got a Jason in the shop we're going to be working on, and then I've got a car over here that I got from Cyclone, a good buddy of mine in my Discord server. I got this thing, well, a couple of months ago, if not a year. And it's got an inline 6 in it as well, as I mentioned, and it's got a busted transmission, which, yeah, doesn't go into reverse apparently. So yeah, we're going to try and see if I can work on this thing off camera when I've got a little bit of time. And then obviously the Mustang over there is also going to be something we're going to be digging into a bit, because I may have mentioned it a couple of times that I want to get my own Mustang to work on. So we're going to be having a look at this thing as well, getting this thing sorted. It's going to need a whole lot of work. Clearly you can see it's in a quite a bad state. So yeah, that is it, guys. So without any further ado, let's maybe start digging into that Jason first of all. So yeah, the plans for this car, once we are done with it, I might actually also auction it off and give one of you guys, the viewers, a chance of getting it. So let's see what this thing is all about and what parts we have. I'm quite doubtful we'll find something on here that's going to be reusable, but you never know. Don't know if these old junker vehicles, if they are, maybe some parts are good on it. I don't know. We'll have to check. But yeah, I'm quite doubtful that it's going to be much. Okay, so let's start by doing this. We forgot to take the bolts out of the drive shaft, so that's not going to come out now. But okay. Yeah, rear axle is completely shot, so that is not really something we're going to be able to reuse. So maybe take off the front suspension. Okay, so we are running a little bit low on money. So hopefully by the time we record the next episode for you guys, the pickup truck we put on auction would have sold and we would get a little bit of money back. So that is kind of what I'm hoping. Alright, but let's see if we can get this inline 6 out of here. Alright, there it comes. And yeah, I'm not too sure if there's going to be anything really useful on this, but we don't really need it as such. So we might end up scrapping this, I don't know. Or maybe we'll I'll use it maybe off camera. If there's some decent parts, I'll use some of it off camera on the other car over there. But yeah, I don't really think I want to do an inline 6 for that as well. Got a decent looking starter on this, but yeah, as I said, always looks can be deceiving in this game, so parts are definitely not the greatest. But okay, now that we've got the engine out of here, let's see if we can get this front suspension off, because this is what we are starting with today, is getting the suspension sorted and seeing if we can get our wheels mounted. Alright, so this can come off over there. We don't have any other stuff connected up to the cross member anymore, so yeah, not really much left of this. But what do you know, we've got a decent-ish cross member, so I think 70% is it's a decent, well, condition for all the parts on this type of build. Okay, let's see what else we can figure out here. We just need to unbolt every single thing for everything to come off. I don't know if there's going to be anything useful, but it's worth checking it out real quick. Steering box, that's toast. Cross member, we can actually start building our front suspension on this cross member again. So that we'll bring over here, and as we buy parts, we'll slap it together. Alright, let's see what else we've got that's useful here. The steering link isn't too bad. This tie rod is 50%, that one is 55%, so yeah, pretty much trash if you ask me. Nothing useful over here. Shock absorbers are bad, that is bad. Alright, so all of this is actually trash except for the steering link. Yeah, that's what it's called, I guess. Steering link. So we'll reuse that and the cross member for the front suspension. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Gonna get the steering link over here, and now I need to head over to Jason. Suspension, as I said, engine is not really a concern just yet. We've got the engine built. I already saw we are going to need a new drive shaft, so let's buy all of the stuff for the front suspension. Hopefully we don't run out of money. Okay, front right lower control arm, the 2 front shock absorbers. We need 2 new tie rods, torsion bars. Yeah, I always forget to take out the torsion bars on these. Alright, so yeah, we've got that over there. Okay, so I'll have to maybe just cut it off and see what the condition is of that. But we are going to be lifting this thing. Okay, so let's just buy all of this. We're going to be buying the lifted or the high torsion bars. And as for differential, yeah, let's maybe get a locked one, a 3.2. Alright, so that is a little bit more expensive than the regular 3.8, and I think so. Yeah, the 3.8 locked is also 713, but the regular one is a bit cheaper. But we're just going to go with the locked one because it's kind of going to be like an off-road type of thing. Okay, so we've got everything pretty much there. I need to grab the brake parts for the front. So let's just go ahead and do all of the stuff for the front. We'll also replace the master cylinder in it. We'll get a new handbrake lever. Okay, so that is rear stuff. We'll also grab some new pedals. Okay, so we'll get to the rest of this once we... where's the main brake line? It's not showing up here. That's quite interesting. Let's just go over to Jesse for a second. Brakes. Does that show up there then? Yeah, it does. And so does the brake pads. Yeah, I wanted to say we can't find everything that we need over there, but okay. Alright, so now we need to start with this front suspension. Okay, we'll just... I'll have to save and reload the game in order to get the new drive shaft installed, but it's okay. The one that we've got in the car will still work if we wanted to test drive this car in this video still. Okay, so that is also going to be going a little bit later onto the car. So let's start building this front suspension. Okay, start with the lower control arms, get those built. So yeah, everything on all the muscle cars are more or less the same. So yeah, it's a whole lot of the same stuff happening. Okay, we still needed to get the steering box and stuff. Where the heck is that? It's probably still under suspension. I didn't even bother to buy this. I also need the strut rods. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we should have everything we need. Okay, where... I just saw the tick. Come on. There we go. Alright, zip that down. Just grab this one. That goes onto there, and yeah, we can't really see what we are doing over there, but okay, there, that is sorted out. Steering box, steering arm needs to go in. This goes to this side over there. Okay, let's maybe spin this thing around a bit. Alright, steering arm, that goes over there. Okay, zip it down. Now we can get this thing onto there. Okay, zip that down. Perfect. Alright, tie rods. Alright, there we go. A little bit finicky sometimes getting these things on, but you eventually manage. Alright, so this is our hub carrier. That's the left one, and the right one. No, that's the wrong thing. Can we grab it? There we go. Alright, we'll just zip it down there and zip it down there. Same with that. Okay, hubs. this hub. Perfect. All right, so now we still need to do the brakes. Okay, now I already bought this thing. I don't really need it just yet. We'll get to that when we do the rear suspension. Okay, torsion bars we need to do still. Okay, let's just get our screwdriver from the toolbox way over here. Okay. All right, zip that down. I actually forgot we still had the one wheel, this hub carrier assembly here, but yeah, once again, I don't see anything really good on this. Maybe the caliper would have been usable, but yeah, we're just going to go ahead and install the new parts because we already bought them. Okay, so that's probably going to be scrapped anyway. Okay, did I do this now? Yes, I did. Okay. All right, perfect. Now you need to get this together or put together. Okay, let's do that. Get these brake pads into these calipers. That looks good. All right, sometimes these things, they don't go in. You've got the tick there, but they don't actually go in, just like this. There we go. All right, happy days. All right, let's get the brake hoses on here, or the brake lines. Okay. That side. Okay, so this is the driver's side, which is this side. This is the passenger side. Okay, zip it down there and over there. Over there and down there. Okay, well, looks like we got the lower one first. Okay, this needs to come over with us. Let's get our backpack. Alright, this can't go in the backpack. This can go in the backpack. Okay, let's get this thing mounted up. But before we do this, just wanted to see. Okay, we've got a bad inner fender there, but that's all going to depend on whether you guys think we should make this thing great, or if we should kind of leave it like a beater and just make it look a little bit, you know, rough around the edges. That's what we're going to call it. Right, now we need our, well, these things. Okay, well, I actually need this one on this side. Shock absorber and a shock absorber, and then we'll get our new main brake line. So my idea is mechanically this car should be good. That way we can at least give it to somebody and they can start using it without any mechanical issues. Although, yeah, it might look a little bit bad. Or not really bad, but it's going to have this this rough look, you know. So that's what I'm kind of thinking with this one. I would probably restore the other one to look a little bit better and try and make it look nice. Okay, we still needed to get a bolt over there, but now it's not showing up, so we'll just have to come in here like this. Right, so there it is. Perfect. Right, let's take this out. This is our old main brake line, which is actually bad anyway, so good thing we are swapping that. Right, let's get this onto here. Zip it down. Okay, and zip that down. Let's get the shock absorber in. Come on, where do you want to go? There we go. Alright, so that is sorted, and now we can get this wheel onto here. I'm still experiencing the lag when tightening down wheels, and it's not because it's a modded wheel or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, all the wheels, even the base game stuff seems to be doing that. Okay, what did I want to come and do now? Okay, yes, the torsion bars. Okay, but before we pop this in, we're going to have to just check one thing. Okay, oh, come on, just grab the damn thing. Okay, so I wanted to check this, what do they call this again? The torsion support. Gonna have to take that off and that off as well. Yeah, unfortunately the drive shaft is gonna be stuck now into position, so I'm gonna have to, well, we're not gonna be able to deal with that. Alright, so yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, well, it came out. That is perfect. Well, usually, oh, you know why? Because we didn't have a, yeah, we didn't have a differential. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that is good. It all worked out in the end. So this is a 5-speed gearbox. We are going to be slapping the 4-speed in from the Mercedes or the Wolf over there, because that engine really doesn't fit that car, if you ask me. It's just my opinion. It doesn't suit the car. Let's just come and pick up our tools. I don't know. We might actually need it there anyway. So yeah, I'm going to be carrying it up and down a lot probably. Okay, so I just wanted to pop this out real quick. This is our torsion bar that's busted. Okay, so that's a whole lot of junk over there. Let's just put that over there as well. Okay, so let's grab our angle grinder. We need a cutting disc on this thing. Come on, can we reach it? Yes, we can. Okay, perfect. There's a cutting disc. Let's go down here again. Okay, so we need to cut this thing off over there, and same on this side. Okay, probably need to cut there and also there. Let's just see the condition of this thing. It's bad because you can see it's rusty. This way we can also see if we need to replace our transmission support bracket. That's actually still good, so we don't have to buy that, but we need to buy this. This is our torsion support, so that's probably part of the body. Okay, let's go over to Jason. I don't think it really matters because I think the Jesse one would be the same, but let's just rather go over to Jason. Make sure we get the right part over here. Right, so there's our torsion support. Now we need to grab a welding machine all the way over here. Yeah, I still haven't got the mod for infinite cut and welding, which I don't really worry about it too much because it's kind of a cheating mod. Okay, weld that up, and now we're going to need an electrode. Okay, I've got some electrodes over there. Alright, I can see it. It's not the easiest thing to see, especially if you have got a certain texture on your ground. But okay, I think that is welded up. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other welds that's... Okay, well, I forgot about that. Yeah, you can actually weld your body as well now. Cover up rust holes. Okay, we need to get this thing back in. Our transmission support. That's not what I'm looking for. Alright, let's zip this back down. Alright, and then we need to get our torsion bars popped into here. Okay, that's going to give our car the lift that we are going for. Alright, yeah, that's going to look mean. Okay, great stuff. So now front suspension is pretty much sorted. Let's maybe tackle this next. Alright, so yeah, everything's going to come off here. Pedals, we've got 55%. It's not terrible. Okay, we are going to have to replace the steering column most probably as well. Let's just check it. No, steering column is good. Okay, so steering column can go back in. Although the firewall is a little bit, yeah, that's a little bit questionable if we left it like that. You see the steering wheel. Oh, come on. There we go. Can we see the condition of this thing? 20%. Okay, so we're going to need a new steering wheel eventually. We'll do that when we do interior. Okay, let's see what else I wanted to do. Oh yes, of course, I wanted to do this. This is actually what I crouched down here for, was to take this off our main, well, master cylinder, brake master cylinder, and we're going to see if we can use the brake fluid again we've got over there. Let's maybe grab a couple of these things. Okay, so all of this needs to go over. Okay, that is trash. This is going to stay here because we're going to build the rear suspension in just a bit. Alright, let's bring this over. We're going to get this installed. Okay, we know we've got a new main brake line also. We didn't install that yet. Okay, but you know what, let's just get this bolted down first of all. Okay, so where's this main brake line that we bought? I don't know where I put it. Did I grab it? There it is. Okay, I put it on a freaking table. Why did I put it there? I don't know, but okay. Alright, zip it down. I'll also do our brake hoses. Okay, that is good. So we've got our main brake master cylinder replaced. Alright, let's get this cap off of here. We're going to see if I'm going to be able to do this again. Usually not so bad doing this. Just pour it over. Yeah, why not reuse it? There we go, that is good. Alright, it's as if this thing actually adds more brake fluid than what you actually have in it. Because now it's flashing filling, so I don't know. It's just weird like that. But alright, front suspension looks good. We've got a decent cross member, and if we wanted to replace this inner fender, it's not a big deal. We can just unbolt this over here and then cut it off and then take it off. But at the moment, I'm just going to leave it like that because we're not really focusing on body at the moment. Alright, what else do we have to install? We've got the pedals. The pedals can go on the firewall. Yeah, same story with the firewall. We can even replace the firewall without taking out too many of these things installed on the car. Do we have a handbrake lever on this? I don't see it, yeah? Yeah, maybe we need this. It's missing. Yeah, we didn't have one. Okay. So good thing I bought it. Alright, let's zip it down. Yeah, we can't tighten it because we don't have anything at the back. Okay, so now that the front is done, we can move over to the rear. I think let's maybe do this before we start with that. Just want to cut the... I think at the back it's called the middle frame brace, which is also rusty, as you can see. Okay, so we're going to cut that off. Alright, so frame rails seem to be decent. We've got a rusty wheel well there, which is fine. Gonna give this car the character we are going for, or the look we are going for. Don't know what's the best way of explaining that, but okay. Should we strip this rear axle? To be honest, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. We're just gonna go ahead and scrap this. Okay, so we'll buy all brand new rear suspension in just a bit, but I think let's just maybe buy this middle frame brace first of all. See if we can get this thing put together so that it's going to be at least running today. I think that'll be a good achievement if we can get this car running again today. Maybe drive it out of the shop, and then if we still have got a little bit of time left after that is done, then we can start maybe having a look at starting with bodywork. No, I don't want to grab that. Let's grab the welding machine and just figure out what we're going to do with the body. I don't know, maybe we'll do a little bit of Bondo work just to make it straight. I don't even know if I should take care of the rust. You know, this actually adds to the character of the car, but yeah, this is how you're supposed to be able to build up holes, rusty holes, but it's obviously going to take a whole lot of welding rods or electrodes, if you want to call it electrodes. But okay, we need to get over that side again for the rear suspension. So let's just bring the tools over, and now we don't have the frickin' wrench here. Where did I put the wrench now? There it is. Alright, so we've got the wheels already for the rear as well. So let's come over here. We're going to be buying some more suspension stuff. Alrighty. We already bought the drive shaft. We need the 2 hubs. We're going to get the lifted leaf springs, rear axle, 2 rear shock absorbers. Looking at the rear suspension stuff, we already bought that. We need this. Our leaf springs. Steering column is good. We just need to get a new steering wheel, but I think we're going to get the small one from the shop over there. Alright, well, while we are still in here, let's go and grab the brake stuff for the rear brake discs, rear brake calipers. We're gonna need the handbrake cable, and once again the rear freaking brake pads and brake hoses aren't showing up here. Okay, now we need to tick brakes again. Okay, 2 of those, 1 box of that, and okay, I can't recall if I need something else now, but you know what? Let's just see what we've got and what we still need. That's going to go onto the car again. Before we do anything of that, okay, let's get our differential in here. Lock differential, which is as good as it gets in terms of building an off-road muscle car, unfortunately, in this game. So I did see a mod a while ago where you could actually mount a Jason body on a B200 frame. I can't recall what its name is, but yeah, apparently that is a mod that is somewhere. I do not know if it's also broken with the URP update, so it could well be. But we're not going to go ahead and worry about that. We are just building a Jason here on top of a Jason. We're not going to be trying to do that kind of conversion. Okay, so there we go. Now we need to sort out the brakes once again. Okay, brake pads. Let's get these in first. Okay, there we go. That's good. That's good. And that's good. All right. We can actually put this in the backpack. Okay, let's get these brake hoses onto here. Zip that down, and this one can go onto there. Okay, perfect. This is the driver's side of our axle. Easy way to see that is to see which side the handbrake cable goes out. We've got our passenger side one on there, so that is good. Yeah, the rear suspension on these cars are actually very easy to do. It's quite simple. Okay, we need to drop that down. Let's grab our leaf springs, get these installed. Would you look at the sunset? Yeah, somebody commented saying that they think, well, it looks to them as if the chrome has got a bronze tint to it. Let's just have a look at some chrome here. Yeah, I think it's probably the reflection from the sun or the sunset that they may have seen. I can't recall now who it was that that mentioned that, but yeah, I think it's the reflections picking it up and reflecting on the chrome. Okay, so let's put this onto there, and we've got our lifted leaf springs in. Okay, now let's see if this thing's going to go in, because sometimes this is a bit of an issue. Yeah, okay, so there's usually a solution for this, and that is to take off the handbrake cable once again, which we have already installed. And now we just loosen something that's not good. Okay, I think we've got it. Okay, is this going to go in now? Yes, it does. Okay, perfect. Alright, zip that up. Okay, brake lines. Let's not forget those. Very important. Okay, shock absorber can go in. Same with this. Alrighty, and that is looking good. So we've got good suspension. It's just going to be a matter of getting our handbrake cable on, but I'm going to have to lower the car down in order to do that. And get the lift arms out from under it. Luckily the car is lifted, so it's going to make it a little bit easier probably. But let's see what it does. Okay, it actually goes on. Alright, I thought it was going to be a bit more of an issue. But okay, that's sorted. Handbrake cable is in. Alright, so now we can lower her down. Would you guys look at that? So we've got ourselves an off-road looking Jason going on here. That is it's quite a bit of something different coming from our shop, because usually I would either slam the thing with some bigger rims, low profile tires. In this case we are doing the complete opposite of that, and I think it actually suits the Jason if you actually do something like this. Makes it kind of look like a Fast and the Furious style off-road thing. I don't know exactly what to call it, but I guess you guys know what I mean. And yeah, with this this military green paint job that we are gonna go for, I think it's going to also contribute a little bit more to that that Mad Max style. I don't know exactly if that's what we're going for here, but so far it looks as if that is the case. We are going towards yeah, doing something a little bit Mad Max like, which actually tells me that the rust is not a bad idea to keep the rust around. Might even steal some body panels of this car that's rusty, you know. Yeah, it gives me a little bit of an idea. I don't know if we've got a rusty door for the passenger side. Doesn't look like it, but the trunk is rusty. Could maybe even grab some of these body panels of this thing for now. Just want to see what it looks like with this bumper on. See, that actually looks good with a dirty bumper, because now it adds to the whole, you know, theme of being a kind of a salvaged vehicle, you know, from the waste yard or the wasteland vehicle. But okay, so now that we've got all of that sorted, let's get this engine out of this wolf over here. So this is going to go in that car, but we are going to be doing a little bit of changes to this engine real quick. It's nothing. I don't think we're going to strip the internals. Let's just see what I would like to call bolt-on parts we can do to this thing. The fuel line, we can also transfer this over to the Jason. Okay, where's this alternator bolt? Okay, is that it? Yep, that is it. Okay, can we grab the engine? Alright, there it is. Okay, this exhaust is for the... yeah, for the Wolf only, I think. It's not going to work so well on our Jason. So we might end up buying a different exhaust for it. Okay, but now this can go in, but we need to also grab the transmission, which is going to be a little bit of fun getting this out of the car now. Okay. Are we going to manage this? No, not really. We're going to have to do it like this. Alright, what is holding that thing down still? Is it the... okay, you know what? I think I remember now. This, the inline 6, when you're doing the inline 6, it actually needs you to take off the starter for some reason. Or I might be wrong. This might be the... you know what? I'm stupid. I forgot about these freaking bolts over here. Alright, that is what's keeping it in. Okay. So yeah. That's our starter, which is still relatively good. Okay, perfect. Now we can get this installed. And our car is lifted, so it should be possible for us to do this without an issue. Okay, and then we'll also just bolt that down as in the meantime. I wanted to do this real quick. We need to take the wires off, actually, because yeah, wires might need to be replaced anyway. So let's grab some new wires real quick for the Jason, but I don't think it matters what vehicle you are on, because these things are usually universal. Okay, why is the catalog taking its sweet time to load? But okay, we need the main wires. No, there we go, main wires. Okay, so let's get this into there. Alright, now we can bolt it down, and I think the wiring should also now fix itself. We still need to buy a radiator. I mustn't forget about that. Alright, but as I said, as for this engine, I am going to be doing a couple of changes real quick. Nothing major. We're not going to be doing, you know, like high performance pistons and stuff like that, stripping the whole engine. We're just going to be doing a couple of light changes. Okay, so let's do this. Take this off, because I think we might change the rockers. Yeah, the rockers might be something I'm going to change. It's not a big deal doing this. Okay, so that can come off. Let's let's quickly hop over to the inline 6. We are already on engine, so that is gonna just show up all of the inline 6 parts now, hopefully. But we are on Jesse, but that doesn't matter. Alright, so gonna get ourselves a performance carburetor as well, performance air filter, which will work on this thing. We still need to get the exhaust pipe for that. We still need the radiator. This and that. Let's quickly have a look and see what other performance stuff we can get. That's not going to be extremely hard to do at this moment. Okay, so we'll do some new spark plugs. We will do a performance distributor as well. That's going to be easy to do. We're not going to do the turbo because that's a modded part. I'm just going to try and stay away from mods for now. Because this car might actually also be auctioned off eventually. I don't know yet. And then what other options do we have? Stock stuff, you know, like base game stuff. I think there's also the possibility of doing ITBs on these things, but I don't want to get into that too much. Okay, that's modded stuff. Where's the HP camshaft? Oh, what's it called? It's not a camshaft. It's the rockers. Do we have HP rockers? We do. And the camshaft is also here, but that's going to require us to strip off the old timing parts, which I'm kind of trying to avoid here. We just want to do some, as I said, easy bolt-on stuff. So like this. So that can go on. So we've got some backup rockers, which is going to be put into storage probably. We'll just put it in our engine building room. So I might use it when I'm rebuilding the engine for that one, because we might actually do that as an inline 6 as well. But as I said, that's an off-camera vehicle. And is this thing going to freak out? Yeah, it's going to be freaking out a bit if we try and do it like that. Okay, so we need to change this over. Okay, so that is also something we can reuse on the other Jason over there. I'm going to make that like what I'd like to call a base model build. So it's going to look a little bit, yeah, basic. Nothing fancy on that. Just something to do off camera. Okay, and zip that down. So we've got our radiator built. Okay, so we've got a distributor that still needs to come off here. So let's steal that off of there, or take it off of there rather. Okay, and swap it over with the HP one over there. It should make a little bit more power. Alright, spark wires can go back on. Then we're going to change the carburetor. Alright, take this stock air filter off. Alrighty. Come on, pop off. There we go. Seeing as you can't grab everything off the engine when you are stripping stuff off it. And we're just doing this on the ground. So, yeah, I could have probably put it on the engine stand, but you know what? I'm not doing that much to it, so this is okay. Alright, air filter. Let's get the lid onto here. Well, the base. And then we can get the air filter and the lid on. Alright, just like this. Alright, so there we've got a lightly tuned inline 6. Not really tuned, but it's going to have a little bit more power than stock. Okay, now we can get that zip down. Let me just grab the fuel line, because this is the one thing that I usually forget. Okay, so is this going to go on somewhere? We just got to find the sweet spot for it. Okay, zip that down. Okay, let's start from here. We need to bolt it down over there, A ground cable, gearbox. Okay, let's go this way. Got to start from this side. Let's do the gearbox. Starter's already bolted down. That can be bolted down. And I think that's everything. So we've got everything bolted down. So I'm quite certain this car will fire up. However, we don't have a gas tank. Okay, so let's buy a gas tank. But that's going to be specific to the Jason. Most probably. So let's go over to Jason once again. Okay, is that going to pop up the gas tank? Yeah, the catalog is getting a little bit slow again. Notice this has been a thing today. Okay, so there's the gas tank. Alright, before we go and install this, I'm going to take this over to the gas station. We're going to fill it up over there real quick with some gasoline. Alright, that way we have got our vehicle ready to rock and roll. Come on, there we go, filling. Alright, let me fill this thing up to the brim, and then we're going to have a full tank of gas at least. When we try and fire this thing up, we still need to do oil and coolant. I think we've got enough coolant in the shop. I don't know. You know what? Might as well grab some while we are going to be on this side of the street. Alright, how many freaking liters is this thing going to take? There we go. Alright, that is full. Okay. Put that onto there. Let's grab this. And we're going to get... let's just grab 2 bottles of coolant, and I think the oil should be fine, but I just want to grab another one for in case. Alright, let's grab the gas tank, so this can go into the car. Or under the car, rather, not into the car, but yeah, where it needs to go. Alright, zip it down. And zip it down over there as well, and that is sorted. I just wanted to check the oil real quick in this engine. Okay, the oil is actually good, so we didn't really need to buy more oil. And I think I still have got some oil over there, and we've got a single bottle of coolant. Okay, so it's a good thing we bought some coolant. Okay, let's just drop it down there. Let's grab our radiator. Or radiator over there, and we also need to install the exhaust still. Okay, but there we go. Radiator's in. Okay, so that looks good. Kind of good. Alright, so hopefully now if we add some fluids to this thing. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're not going to go anywhere without this thing. So our drive shaft. Let's just get that bolted down. Okay, over here. Can we reach the bolts? No, we're going to get stuck. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll use our no-clip mod. Because I'm too lazy to lift the car up with the lift again. So that is good. Alright, let's get our exhaust. Exhaust should go on without any issues. Yeah, I chose the short one because it's going to add to our theme of the vehicle being a completely, you know, wasteland vehicle. Yeah, wasteland vehicle. Let's just call it a wasteland vehicle. Okay, so we've got brake fluid, we've got oil. So I just need to do this real quick, guys. So I'm going to bring you guys back once I've done this, and then we're going to see if this thing wants to fire up. Alrighty guys, so there we go. We've got the coolant topped off, and as I was busy doing that, I actually noticed something that was missing. We don't have a battery in this car, so I'm going to have to go and grab a battery. So yeah, I think the catalog will probably be the quickest way of doing this. Alright, so let's just see if it actually lists it here. That's probably why I didn't buy it, because it's not showing up under Jason. So a lot of parts is missing under the Jason category. Which is, yeah, I don't know. I think that Jason was actually one of the vehicles that weren't added too recently, really. But there's been a couple of things missing. Example, even on the Jesse, yeah, it doesn't show up there. I think you need to go over to V8 for the battery to show up here, which is actually strange. Because the battery is usually the universal thing for all engines. But okay, there it is now. Alright, so there's our battery. I did notice the model of the battery actually changed a bit. So now we've got the sticker on here. It's saying Energy D15610. But if you install it, I don't know if the sticker actually stays. Oh, it does. It's just against the side over there. Alright, never mind. I just thought that maybe the sticker disappeared because I didn't see it. But yeah, okay, we can see it there. Yeah, so it was just my imagination running wild. But okay, so now that we've got a battery in, and we've got everything in, we've got a seat to sit on, we've got a shifter to shift with, and steering column to start with. And there's a bit of lag, but she fires up, no problem. Alright, the handbrake was still off because we just installed it. Yeah, and I'm quite certain she will run and drive now. She's not going to have a lot of power because this is just a little inline 6. And it's just before midnight, actually, so it's going to be a little bit of darkness. We've got a working cluster at least. But I don't think the headlights will work in this thing. But alright, let's see what this thing looks like real quick. Yeah, so far so good. It looks relatively good. The wheels look kind of big, but I think they kind of work, especially for the style we are going with on this thing. But yeah, look at that thing, guys. Alright, so as I said, if we have got a little bit of time left, we're going to do a little bit of body work. So what I'm thinking is, let's see if we can get rid of some of the dents in these body panels. It's just going to make the car look a little bit straight. I don't know if it's really going to be what we want to achieve with this car. Maybe somebody's going to comment down below. We need to fully restore this thing. Then we might actually go ahead and do that. But it all depends on what you guys think. But I think a Mad Max build would actually be pretty cool. Alright, so let's see if we can find some Bondo. Haven't used Bondo in a while, so yeah, we've got a couple of tubs here. And the model for the Bondo also changed. You can't really see how much Bondo you've got left in your tub, really. Well, you can see it like this if you're holding it, but if you have got your Bondo like this, you can't see how much is left in the tub, which is something you could do usually in the past. And yeah, we started painting on the panels that actually needed the Bondo. But you know what? It's not too bad. We'll just keep going at this. Straighten it out and make it look good again. Alright, yeah, it's going to take a hot minute probably to figure out what's going on with this hood, because it's got quite a lot of dings and bangs on it. Alright, so that Bondo is empty. Let's just grab another one. Yeah, it's actually handy having a backpack where you can actually just keep it in the backpack, and then every time you need one, you just grab one. At this time, when you get to this point where the hood is nearly fixed up, it's going to be hard to get the last bit of Bondo work done, because then you are starting to hunt around the whole thing to see where the rest of the dents are. But sometimes you're lucky and you just button bash the living crap out of it and it actually does it. So there we go. The front grille, yeah, this thing was in a bit of a prang at the front, so everything is kind of a little bit beat up. I did take a hammer to this thing already, sorting out some of the damage a little bit. Let's turn on the torch so we can see a bit better. Okay, so that is empty again. Let's grab another one. Alright, this fender needs a little bit more TLC over here. Yeah, the torch is actually making things a bit worse. Just turn that off. Alright, come on, where are you, dents? Usually along the side over here, or it's down here somewhere. Just got to keep hunting for it. Oh, we've got damage on the door as well. Okay, the fender seems to be good now. Even the roof has got some damage on this A-pillar. I don't know if it's going to go all the way through there. Alright, well, we're just going to have to keep at it then, I guess. Let's see where the dents are on the roof. It's probably along this side as well, maybe. It doesn't look like it, so our damage could potentially be only on that side of the roof, somewhere over here still. Yeah, you can kind of see the vent over there, or the bent part of the roof over there. I think we've got it. Okay, so the door's a little bit dinged still. And Bondo's empty. We'll just grab a new one. Let's just figure this out. We might have some rocker panel damage, which we do, so that is usually quickly fixed. This quarter panel seems to be good. Trunk seems to be good. This quarter panel, we can't really do anything but replace it if we wanted to fix that. But okay. Let's just check our rocker panel down here. That seems to be good. Nothing else to do back here. This looks good as well. Do we have a front balance part on this car? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so she's pretty much straight in terms of bodywork now. And I'm a little bit excited to see what this thing's going to look like if it's painted now in this military green, which is going to stay matte. I'm not going to put a clear coat on this thing. That is kind of my aim for this. We want to see if this thing can look good in this matte paint job, you know. And being in a, well, we're definitely spending a bit of money. Alright, well. With the car lifted now, it's a little bit higher than it's usually. You can kind of see we're doing this coat of paint, and it's actually getting rid of the clear coat as well. Well, obviously it is because we are painting over it, but like you can see there's a little bit of shininess there now. So it's as if the paint is painting further, but it's not registering that we are painting over the old paint, so the clear coat still shows up there. Okay, but yeah, it's just gonna look pretty mean in this flat green, and we might actually paint the wheels as well, because that'll also make it matte black. Or, well, not, yeah, well, come to think of it, we might actually paint them matte black, so that they could fit the theme a little bit better, because I don't think the same color as the car wheels will really be the best. We can also do like a camouflaging, you know. Well, actually something we could try and do as well, if I find a decal for it maybe. But I don't know, it's going to be up to you guys to let me know what you think. If we should try and do a camo on this thing. Find like a camouflage decal. I'm pretty sure we'll find something if I really dig around a bit on the main My Garage Discord for some camouflage decals. That'll be something that's a possibility. Alright, let's just do this over here. We're going to just paint this quarter panel. I don't know if we're going to be replacing it. I might do it, I might not do it. I don't know yet. Alright, let's just see if we can get this thing painted. It's definitely costing us a pretty penny. Okay, and down here, let's just continue going. The roof is usually the biggest headache to get to. But fortunately, we've got the no-clip mod, which is going to make it a little bit easier for us to do that. Right, now the spray paint can thing didn't make the psst noise, so I don't know what's going on with it. It's just probably the audio not registering we are painting. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. Oh, we missed a bit over here and over there. Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it looks good, that is what we are aiming for. Now I think this flat black, well, flat green, military green, that's the color we are painting this thing. Actually, it looks pretty good on this car. Alright, well, getting there. Let's go this way. Yeah, the no-clip mod is actually great for this. It actually helps a lot get into those hard-to-reach areas. But okay, I think we did paint the whole car. I don't see anything else. Maybe over here on the hood we missed a bit. I don't know. But how's the color code doing now? It's still terrible. But yeah, we haven't painted inside the doors either. I don't know. It's still a bit of dirt over here as well, so that's making it hard to see. Okay. A rocker panel is painted. I think this door is completely painted now. Okay, and this side, let's just see. There might be a bit of an issue with the mod, painting mod not being, you know, registering the cars being painted. Don't know if a save and reload would fix that, but I'm quite confident I actually painted this thing pretty thoroughly. But I don't know. Unless if the wheels are counting towards the color code as well, but I doubt it. Oh well, let's just go ahead and paint it anyway. But I might be painting it black, so it's not really going to help then, but I think we've got it. Yeah, that is completely painted. Alright, I don't know. What do you guys think? That's pretty much what it comes down to, is what comments we get on this video. Looking for the freaking screwdriver because I wanted to try something real quick. Alright, so we've got this busted headlight over there. Alright, so this is how you can just get them back in their correct positions. You just loosen it and tighten it again. You only need to do one of these. Let's just see that one over there. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so what else can we do? We can probably steal the rear bumper off of that car. How does one do this? And, oh yeah, we're also going to need another panel. We've got a missing panel on this thing. See where this actually mounts to. Yeah, so we need that. Or do we need it? Doesn't look like we need it, but what is it going to mount to now? That doesn't make sense. But okay, you know what? Let's not question it, I guess. But yeah, we need this panel, man. Let's just see if we can figure out what it's called in the catalog here. If we can go to Jason once again. We go over to body. Once our catalog decides it wants to allow us to browse the body. Probably going to take another bit of lag now. But okay, let's give it a second and see what it does. Yeah, this is a bit ridiculous. Now all of a sudden the catalog wants to be slow again. But I think it's called this rear panel. Because we've got the valance. The valance is that part just below this panel. It was actually so weird that the bumper actually went on. Okay, so we're going to need our welding machine. And I'm going to need some electrodes or welding rods. Okay, let's bring this over here. That seems to be empty. Now, where the heck is it? Okay, there it is. Alright, let me see how this thing welds back into place. Alright, pretty simple. Just these 3 welds, and I don't think there's anything on the corners here or anything like that. Seems to be sorted. And then we also need some taillights, which this car doesn't have taillights either, so we need to go and buy some taillights and maybe some bulbs. I don't know if we need headlight bulbs, but yeah, depending on what you guys say. If you say do a full restoration on that car, we will grab some new headlights as well and sort that out. Okay, so let's just do this. May have actually had some headlights laying around somewhere, but you know what the heck, or headlight bulbs rather. Yeah, we had those two, but okay, it's not going to be enough anyway because we've got 4 headlights on this car. No, we don't want a body fitter. Okay, let's take this all out, put this together real quick. Taillights is going to need 1 for each. Okay, let's pop that into there. Pop that into there. This is for the left. Okay, so left goes here. And how does it tighten? Okay, screws. Okay, so that is good. Alright, so that taillight is done. Let's do this one real quick. Pop that into there. And zip it up. Okay, so that is our rear end kind of put together. Why is the taillights on? Oh, you know what? I may have left the headlight switch pulled out. Which, yeah, we did. Oh, well, it didn't. It doesn't pull out. It's got a switch. I don't know. I can't tell. There's only one way to really tell, and that is to swap a headlight bulb or put a headlight bulb in. So let's put a headlight bulb in. Okay, so now it's on. You know what else it could be? We may have stepped on the brake while exiting the vehicle, because if you keep stepping on the brake while the vehicle, well, while you are getting out of the seating position, and then you can also leave your taillights on. Okay, so for example, now they are off, and let me just show you guys. So now I'm going to enter the vehicle. I'm going to put my foot on the brake. Let's see the external camera over here. Oh my goodness, that is zoomed out so far. Okay, so the brake lights are coming on. So if you leave the brake lights on and you exit the vehicle, so yeah, I left my foot on the brake and now the brake lights are staying on. And I think it actually, there's a bug with this now. If I took, well, if this car had taillights, because it's a Jason, all the Jasons in the world would have their brake lights on, I think. But yeah, I don't know if it's a bug that has been fixed or whatever the case is. But yeah, easy way to fix it. Just get back into the car and yeah, sit down, and then when you get out, brake lights will be off again. So yeah, just a weird little note that I thought I'd share with you guys real quick before we end this video, because yes, we are in fact done with everything that I wanted to get done for today. It actually looks interesting. Let's just call it interesting. So yes, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, I really appreciate every view, every like, and also remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and then I will see you all in the next one.
This is my garage. Wheels keep spinning on the highway. Good things happen in the driveway. Having good days with the good boys. I don't think that I'm leaving today.